Greetings everyone, this is LiminalityCarb and we are back at the last wall. The reason for this is last episode I went and did a few more random encounters to get some golem cores because we now have these two scientists here. We took a big risk to come here. You can't break new ground by playing it safe. However, we are having more difficulty getting parts than expected. Last wall knights aren't much motivated by money. Some hotshot scientist, Tom Ars, has been buying all the good golem cores at above market rates. Poor scientists like us can't afford to compete, so we have to come here to buy direct if we can. On that note, if you've got any golem cores you're looking to sell, we're looking to buy. We'll take bundles of 10 cores for 50 Rin. Oh, you've got a nice bunch of golem cores already. Can we buy that from you? Should we trade it? Well, let's first talk about this Thomas guy. Oh, come on, not you as well? Let me sweeten the pot for you a little. Sell to us, and I'll throw in a pretty blue rock. What do you say? Well, we all know what that pretty blue rock is, so deal. You strike a hard bargain, and we get ourselves 50 Rin and a moonstone. You can now sell the cores to that scientist for 50 Rin in bundles of 10, but I believe you can also just sell them to a recycler for 5 Rin a pop, so you aren't really making much of a profit from them. Our next stop, however, is over here in the west. We want to head all the way up through here, trying to avoid, well, we're not avoiding this. Trying to avoid those random encounters as much as you can. But now we have this unknown area with a, well, I missed the scorpion, but it has a scorpion. It also has cracked rocks. You know what to do with cracked rocks? You try and blow them up. Only you can't actually blow up these cracked rocks. Not even with our trusty Cobalt Blaster. So instead, let's head over here. Stop being too close that we hurt ourselves with our Cobalt Blaster. And you know what, let's actually equip the spear instead. Because, hey, we have a wrecker over here. If you remember, this is what we fought in Thomas's lab as a boss. It actually has the power to be able, well, I didn't want you to do that here, but it actually has the power to blow up these rocks for us. So, what you've just got to do is you've got to lure him all the way over here. You can either have him try to stomp on it, which could be a little difficult, or if you can get him to die on this, it'll destroy all of them. So, we're just slowly damaging him as he comes over this way. And hopefully he doesn't... Okay, good. Hey, there we go. He got 2 of them for us. Unfortunately, that's not quite enough yet. Also, again, if you do get grabbed, just ukemi and you're good. Oh, there we go. He only had that one last hit left. But he is now exploding. And we unfortunately do not get the 3 golem cores, but we do gain access to this area. This is a very neat area. So, this kind of looks a little bit like a Geo Base, doesn't it? Kind of actually looks a little bit like the Ancient Geo Base, well, the Ancient Geo Dungeon we saw before in the Sandrifts area. Over here, we're just going to deal with some of these golems, get them out of the way. Well, they're actually called something else. They're called ghouls. But also, make sure you break all of these paintings, because some of them have notes behind them. Just make sure you remember what type of painting the note was behind. Over here, we've got our next one. A full circle behind what looks like lava. The first one looked like a open circle behind a weird alien-looking thing. This is a... Oh! This is a mole mine! But no, really, this is a cross behind what looks like a city. As a note, there's only going to be one painting with a note in any room with paintings. So once you find it, you don't really need to keep on looking. But over here, it's kind of hard to see, but that was a mushroom, and it's got a dot. Oh, hi, mole mine. I don't want to deal with you. Mole mines are not fun. Over to the right, we've got a sealed door, so we'll head over here to the left. And remember, we've got the wrong item equipped. And then this is a dash, and it looks like it had a saucer behind it. Or as the painting, I should say. All of this is important for this right here. A Great Space Oddity by George. If you remember, George is the founder of the Geo Club. So let's read chapter 1. This particular weekend, adventure was calling. I packed up my gear and set towards the sprawling hillsides to set up my camp without stalling. That night at my campsite, I stared up at the sky, transfixed by the starlight and wondering why that particular star was growing so spry. Brighter and wider, it seemed every second, as big as a house, or even bigger, I reckoned. Finally it stopped and hovered up there, leaving me trembling, scared as I stare, squinting so blinded by the star's fiery glare. Then all at once, the lights went dim, revealing a hat-shaped ship. Inside, a creature with horns and limbs, all set aglow, so shining and bright. At first his appearance gave me a fright. As a note, pay attention to what words are highlighted. Right away, the alien came down, riding a small lift onto the ground. He hopped out and smiled as best he could. I'm off for a while now. Maybe it would do you some good if you would join me. We'd be explorers, we would. My new friend didn't need to ask twice. An adventure in space? Gee, that sounds nice. Before I knew it, the ground was all gone. I was up in the heavens. I was out past the dawn. Me and my friend were well on our way to adventure, to glory, to joy, and to play. How long and how far did we fly? Weightlessly drifting through the night sky, until an orb-colored raisin did catch my eye. We descended at once, our ship swift and true, but down on the surface I pondered anew just what my new friend had hoped we might do, for the surface was bleak and the features piteously few. And just as I sighed, something from the ground began to arise. It was stout, it was fit, with a nose that wouldn't quit. From its little station in the ground, it poked out its nose to sniff around. With just one glimpse, we knew we had found a mole dwarf, a creature of renown. Known to rarely surface, it was clear that this mole dwarf must have a purpose. One she quickly revealed in the words which she spelled. With a flat, even keel and a voice that appealed, "Oh stranger, who glows like the stars? Why have you come to this planet of ours?" As I looked closer, it appeared that it was my new friend whom she feared. "Why, your fame is quite great," said my friend with a smile. So impressed was I that we have traveled many a mile just to see your fair city in its tunnely style." And lo and behold, the mole was quite friendly. "I shall dig us a tunnel to serve as your entry." Not far under the dirt was a city positively birthing with mirth. Around every corner, a new happy mole, eager to chat or go for a stroll. Full of good sport and endless good cheer, they'll teach you a game if you'll lend them your ear. Catch them at work and they'll talk like old pros on any subject about which a mole ought to know. Long did we linger and much did we learn, but a mole's home is no salve when adventurer's itch burns. So up to the surface and into the sky, with a last look downwards, we bid them bye-bye. Up and just past Old Nebula Way is a planet with millions of fairies a play. Rising and falling at wind and wings calling, they dance in the meadows, great sprawling, between daisies and lilacs all lolling. It was here that we met them and stayed twice as long, for fairies can sing the most curious song. A tune so soothing to an adventurer's ear, they'd pluck a bold chord just as we would draw near. How could we have known, as we explored this new nation, that this was a tune with divine implication? Though back at home I may have been small, here with the fairies I was tall, tall, tall. Me and my friend, with his shiny bright light, were greeted at once as a magical sight. Without hesitation, they took us down to a city where toadstools and magnolias abound. How could we have ever known what it was we would be shown? A majestic mushroom castle, complete with mushroom throne. I am stumbling over words again. Now it was certain. Now what we knew was that these fairies, all and not few, had not a doubt that it was so true. We were both angels, through and through too. Through and through too is probably actually how that probably should have gone. Not just as explorers who had swooped down from the sky, but creatures so high and mighty, oh my! And though so sure that they'd been blessed, I'm afraid, new friend, we must protest. We're not deities, nor prophets, not even kings. We're just explorers, having a look at some things. So long, fairies, it's been fun. Hate to leave, but gotta run. Chapter 4. Next, my new friend had a plan so conniving, as he asked if I was a fan of sea diving. No, I insisted, no ocean for me, but still he persisted. It's the best place to be. We set our next course for a watery world where tides abide and wild whirlpools whirled. Our ship dived down beneath the waves. What a view! The fish, the coral, the caves. The ship, she was quite well equipped, as my friend revealed, with a switch that he flipped. There appeared 2 vests and 2 pair of goggles. 2 air tanks came too, fit with hoses and toggles. Without delay, we suited up into the airlock, and then we erupt out into the ocean, our entry abrupt. Down there we found a sight for all days, for before us swam those vicious rays. Lightning fast and strong of arm, these mantas caused complete alarm. Each manta swam with 4 great arms in motion, and 3 piercing eyes scanning the ocean. Atop their heads, a bright light hung, swinging about as their antenna swung. I must swim fast, or I might die young. We doubled back to swim for the ship, flipping our fins as fast as fins could flip. The mantas pursued us, and all hope seemed lost, but we must swim faster, no matter the cost. Who would have guessed that a ray would have a weapon? Rocks, sands, and shells, all things you might step in. Projectiles whizzing past where we had been, narrowly missing my alien friend. I was putting words that are not there again. Into the ship we scarcely made it. The sound of the mantas rapidly faded. As we turned our attention again towards the sky, we set course for safety. We set course for dry. For our finale, we wanted to tally our adventures and travel so far. My friend suggested a place which none bested, a planet where beaches infested. It didn't take long to find out we were wrong, for the beach was no more, and ocean turned to shore. In its place, a red lava lake stewed, and from its depths poison gas spewed. The heat was immense, the glow quite intense, and against this bubbling magma we had no defense. To make matters worse, there were creatures, armed with long tentacles amongst other terrifying features. Roaring and wailing, across the magma they were sailing. With huge evil eyes that scanned towards the skies, I knew once I seen them that our approach was unwise. The ship flew upwards as the tentacles did rise, and as we retreated, I spied a surprise. Down beneath us was an island quite wide, and in its center a house with an alien inside. My friend acted swiftly, taking control. He banked the ship sharply, with just short of a roll. I need to get down there. A rescue's my goal. Next thing I knew, my alien friend's number 2. Our new friend, he was blue. Not in his spirit, but in the hue of his fur and his eyes, too. Though he looked like a cat, he was happy to chat. He stood on 2 feet and used his hands to greet us as we brought him on board. He told us a story with details so gory of how the lava monsters came to the beach, and our new friend's vacation became a horrible frustration as lava and monsters came within reach. So in our ship, we took him on home, just as my stomach let out a groan. I was quite hungry from all this adventure. I asked my new friend what their planet serves as a quencher for an appetite like mine. Why, he said shortly, his belly quite portly, I'm afraid that our people don't dine. Without my dinner, I knew it was time to turn the ship round and bid the sublime a goodbye for now, a wish for more rhyme. My friend dropped me off, a tear in his eyes, I chuckle and told him to fly, never to worry or mistake a goodbye for a quick little pit stop and a few slices of pie. As I walked home, I turned back to watch our great ship turn into a splotch. Just another small twinkle up in the night sky. If I thought too hard, perhaps I might cry. But I'm headed home now. I need to eat pie. So with that, all those gave us clues for the paintings, and the song that we need to play is this. And with that, we get ourselves the energy gem that has just been taunting us this entire time. And we can continue exploring. Next up is over here with Golems Abound. Well, I say golems, but the first wall called them ghouls. And you can also see down there is another problem that we are going to have to deal with. A Windigo. But while we deal with other things... Oh, hi Windigo! I don't want to deal with you right now, Windigo. I'm glad you cannot jump. At least not when you're visible. Get rid of you. No golem core and a Windigo. Oh, that Windigo is fine for now. We just have to keep on moving onwards and killing all of the ghouls before we see them. And what we really want is up here, I thought. Huh. Where is it? Thought it was around here. No. I didn't pick it up, I think. Alright, we need to kill all of these golems. Maybe it's going to be in this last... Oh, okay, I know what it probably is. So there are multiple golems with glowy eyes, and I think the item I'm looking for probably is set to only drop from the last one of them you destroy. Yep, there it is. A second crystal lens. I'm pretty sure that's yep, that is a second. After reading all that diary entry, I forgot we got the first one from the top. But with that, we're now going to head on over to here. We have that guy, but he's not a problem. More importantly, we've got a battery puzzle and a mole mine. I hate mole mines. This is actually pretty simple puzzle. Just put the bomb there, because we need that battery all the way over here, and that bomb does a great job of just pushing it over. However, as you see, sometimes batteries will get locked in place. So, unfortunately, that one has done just that, but thankfully, we don't need it anymore. It opened up this doorway. And we've got what looks like a geo puzzle, and more importantly, a geo golem. Finally, the power is back on. It's been forever since we had a visitor. Ahem. Welcome to the Geo Founders Base. In the very next room, the esteemed founder holds his meetings and brainstorms new geo puzzles to populate the world. Take your mind off the war and return to a happier time. If I had 2 projector lenses, I could fix this room's attraction. Wait, those things you have, They're the lenses I need. May I please have them? Yeah, you can have them. Thank you. I'll have these projectors working straight away. Yeah, so this is going to be another sliding puzzle, but without those projectors, we were missing the middle parts, admittedly. Thank you for your help with the projectors. The puzzle is back online. Go on, give the attraction a try. What you're unscrambling is a picture of the founder and his very special friend. So, this is just like the last puzzle we had in the last sliding. Just 3 in the center, and 1 at the end is the solution. Congratulations! You've successfully unscrambled the picture. As a reward, you may tour the Geo Founder's very own office. The founder would have loved to congratulate you personally, but he is out at the moment. And that is all he says for now. And we head on into the Geo Founders office, and there's really not much here except for another antique pin. Well, since we've been in here, let's see if the golem has anything new to say. How did you like the office? Isn't it amazing how this plain-looking place is the site of so much creativity? And just saying that the founder would have loved to have met us in person and congratulated us, but yeah, he's out and, you know, probably dead. It's kind of been a while. Because this is a pre-war installation. But with that, we have completed the Ancient Geo Base. Now, we have one more thing to do today before we finish up. And we're not getting that scorpion. Though I probably should eat some food. Well, we'll get to that when we get to that. What we want to do is head all the way over. We're not going up here yet. That is where we will go next episode, because that is the Scorched Lands proper. What we actually want is down here in this corner. This is going to be time-consuming. As you can see, there are a bunch of turrets over there. You can just use the spear bomb. Hey, I got that scorpion. But I'm going to use our cobalt blaster for now, just because it'll make things go a tiny bit faster. Because, yeah, these things are going to be in the way. And also, I'm not going to be able to use it anyway from here on. Well, that didn't work as I wanted. There we go. Actually, well, yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work. Yeah, the problem really is the one above us. It's, you know, let's get rid of this cheap food first so that we can have some better inventory slots at least. And you know what? Let's see if I can actually get some good... Okay, yeah, I can still get some good hits. It's just going to be a little time-consuming, especially if I miss. There we go. Well, I got him, but I also got shot for my insolence. Yeah, like I said, this part right here is going to take a little while. But it's arguably worth it. This one, unfortunately, I don't know how to deal with other than this. So, fast forward. There we go. We got the second one. Now we can climb on up. Because what we want is inside of this building. And also, we got more of these things. Again, if you don't have the cobalt blaster, for these ones especially, just use your spear or spear bomb. You could also actually just throw bombs at them. Or at least at this one. Not going to do the most, but you'll have this even if you haven't gotten the Ouroboros scrolls. Now we've got this last one, but we can also say I don't care about it. And we've got these, which I'm sure you can guess what's going to be inside of here. Because it's always a golem inside of them. But our real purpose is down here. We got the next lunar artifact, a Lunar Metal. With that, we are actually going to go ahead and end things here. Next time, we're going to go turn in that geopin turn in the 2 lunar artifacts we have, because I forgot to turn it in last time, and then we will make our way into the Scorched Lands proper. As always, thank you all very much for watching, and take care.